Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a first impressions on a bunch of products. So I placed an order with Sephora probably about a week or two ago, and I've also picked up a few products from the drugstore. This is accumulation. This isn't like all one transaction, and that I really wanted to try out for you guys so you could kind of see if you wanted to purchase them as well. So I do want to start off with the face first. And I got this Smashbox primer oil right here, and I thought it would be really cool to try out and see how it is. I am just going to briefly read what on the Sephora website it says that it does. I'm going to apply it, and then I know I'm going to wait a few minutes for it to set in. So it just says that it preps the skin in 2 different ways. It sits on top of the complexion to smooth its texture, but it absorbs directly into the skin to hydrate and boost moisture. Reduces the appearance of dry fine lines and leaves you with a glowing look. So it's lightweight, and it has a bunch of oils in it like jojoba oil and argan oils. And it's infused with chamomile and lavender oils to calm the skin. So it looks like basically it's just a super hydrating oil. So I am going to apply, it says 3 to 5 drops. So I'm just going to shake it up just to get it a little loose, and then I'm just gonna, it's a little dropper, so I'm just going to pump the dropper here. Then I'm just gonna drop a few pumps. So I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna take 4 drops, this is 3. And then I'm actually just going to press it into the skin here. Just because I don't want a whole lot. I just want it to lightly, I just want a little bit of moisture. I did already moisturize the face, and I put a little eye cream on under the eye as well. Alright, so it says just to let this sit in for a few minutes. I usually let my primer sit in for about 5 minutes, so that's what I'm going to do now. With this being a first impression video, I know it's going to be long, so go grab a snack, you know, get your popcorn ready or your chips or whatever you eat ready. And yeah, I will be right back after this sits in for a few minutes. So I let the primer oil sink in. And just as like a first impression, I really like it. It gives me a lot of moisture, and it really hydrates the skin. If you have oily skin, I would not recommend this product. But if you have normal to dry skin like I do, I think this would be fabulous. And I think it's a great primer. I will check back in later to let you know like how the makeup wore throughout the day. But I just want to continue on. I do have a lot of radiance boosting products in here. And I picked this up as well. This is the Miracle CC Cushion, and this is by Lancome. And I've been using it as like a base. It is a color corrector technically, but I've just been kind of using it to give me a little bit of like radiance to the skin. As you can see, it's like a cushiony foundation, just like the new L'Oreal one that's out, but it's basically like a primer. So I will again let you know like how it wears throughout the day. I have used this a few times, and it just gives like a nice radiance. However, it does make me look a little paler on the face, so you couldn't use this alone. So I actually really like to apply it with the sponge that it comes with, and I just kind of press in. This did come in 3 different colors. It came in a green, a yellow, a purple, and the pink, which is what I have here. This is just going to give me a little bit of a radiance boost, and it's going to color correct a little bit as well. So I'm just going to apply it anywhere where I think I need a little bit more color. So the next 2 products I'm going to use in conjunction with each other. This is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, and this is just the Radiance one. Again, they do have 4 different one of these, but I like the Radiance one. I have been feeling a little dry, so I like the radiance and the glow. And I also grabbed the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Beige. They had a very slim shade selection, so I have used this product a few times as well. And the color match is pretty good when I'm a little tanner like I am now. It does have a little bit of a pink undertone to it, but not too much. It's kind of right in that neutral range. I do usually fall a little bit more yellow, but it's okay. I can kind of make it work with like a setting powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use these together because this is kind of an infuser. I don't want to use it alone. I'm just going to use them together. So I'm just going to mix a little bit together and then apply it with a brush. Alright, so the foundation is on and I just put it on with a flat brush like this one here. This is the Bare Minerals Precision Face Brush. And so far I really like the coverage of it. It's a nice light to medium coverage. It's still covered up like most of my scarring and some breakouts. I think this is going to be a great summer foundation for me when I don't want to wear a whole lot of product or when I don't have a whole lot to cover up. This is going to be great for somebody who doesn't like a lot of coverage but still wants to kind of even out the skin tone. I think it looks very natural on the skin. It makes me feel like I'm glowing. I don't know if it's coming off on camera like it's very glowy, but in person it really is. And I feel like the cover drops really gave it an extra boost of radiance. However, on its own, I still feel like it's going to be nice and luminous as well. I did build it up a little bit so you can get extra coverage out of it. I did 2 layers, at least 2 layers. So I do really think that you could get an extra coverage out of it. The next thing I'm going to do is my concealer. So I actually am going to start with a color correcting stick. I have these 2 here, both by Smashbox. I have the green and the orange. The green is just going to counteract any type of redness that I have on my face. I didn't have a whole lot of redness today. Some days I have more redness than others, so I'm just going to skip on this one today. But I do want to use the orange one, or like the peachier color. It's going to help counteract any type of dark circles that I have. Again, I don't really have a whole lot today, but I do want to use the product just to see how it will perform. So basically, I'm just using it on the very inner part of my eye, just because that's where I get the most amount of darkness, and I'm just going to tap it out with my finger. Okay, so now that the corrector is on, I'm just going to put a concealer under this. I'm not going to film it just because you know how to do concealer. You can put any concealer on. I am going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I didn't have any new concealers because I didn't see any out. So I'm just going to use this, and again, I'll be right back. So I did zoom you guys in because I want to fill in my brows. And I'm going to use the new Anastasia Brow Definer. And mine is in the shade Taupe. Ooh. So it just says to spoolie up the brow. Fill in the bottom, spoolie down the brow, and then fill in the top. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I have to get super close to the mirror, so I'm hoping that I can get this on camera. So I'm starting with the back part. Okay, so I filled in the bottom part. Now it says to spoolie down and fill in the top. That's pretty easy. So far I like this. I feel like it goes on really nice and it's super easy to do this brow. I did get a more natural brow. It isn't too filled in. and I have pretty like thick brows already. So yeah, I think it was very easy to fill in the shape of the brow, and I like it so far, but of course I will let you know at the end of the day how it held up. I'm going to do the other brow and set my face with powder, and I will be right back. Okay, so everything is finished, and I did change clothes. I do have a tank top on. So I finished setting my face in place with powder. I just used a mattifying powder. And I finished my eyebrows. I have to say, for this eyebrow product, I think it's really great if you have a good eyebrow shape. If you're somebody who has very fine hairs or you don't have a good eyebrow shape, you will not like this pencil. It is going to be very quick and easy if you have that good eyebrow shape. But if you don't have a good shape or the shape that you desire, then you would have no idea how to fill in your brows, and this pencil would not be good for you. So with that being said, I do really like it. I do have a pretty steady eyebrow shape, or the shape that I desire. So I do really like the pencil, and of course I set it in place with my L'Oreal Brow Plumper. This is my favorite. I was going to use this Do the Hula by Benefit. This is a liquid form, but it is very orangey, and my foundation is already dark enough. I don't think it would do anything for me with it being so dark. I think I would like this product mixed in with the foundation to make it a little darker when I have too light of a foundation. So I didn't use this, but I can let you guys know how I like it, or maybe you'll see it in upcoming videos. But today I am going to use this Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I did use this in another video, but it is still pretty new to me, so I did want to show you guys on camera today how it is. So I've just been loving this MAC 150, yeah, MAC 150 brush. It's basically just a giant powder brush, but it's a little bit flat right here, and it's a little bit more tapered. So it's really great just to really get a nice bronze. So that's what I'm going to do. And it does have a pretty nice smell. It's very fresh, so. The bronzer is applied, and I think it's great for somebody who doesn't like a whole lot of color. Just a little tiny bit of color. It just gave me just the littlest bit of color. So I really like it. Again, I think this product is going to be great for summer. We are going to move on to the eyes. I have these two Milani eyeshadow quads. They are called the Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection, and I have both of these two. This one right here is number 2, and this one right here is number 1. One is a little bit more cool toned, and 2 is a little bit more warm toned. This one has just a little bit more pinks in it. This one is a little bit more golden, and the number 2 is my favorite. I have used these palettes quite a few times, but I think they're great. They did come in quite a few shades as well. I believe there were 6 or so of them. I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this one and the light middle shade here. Let me show you. Looks like this. It's just a nice warm tone crease color, and I'm just going to buff this all in the crease of my eye. Next, all I'm going to do is line my waterline, and I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs. This is the Highliner Gel Crayon, and this is in the shade Black. And it is a twist up crayon. I've heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm just going to tight line with this. Throw on some mascara and lashes. This is also the new Marc Jacobs, hold on, Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. I've heard this is a lot like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, so I'm going to try this one out today as well. So let's put this on. The last product I'm going to use is the Anastasia That Glow Kit. And I have used this a few times as well. I'm going to use the two shades here, which is Bubbly and Dripping in Gold. And for my lip color, I'm going to use the new Bite Beauty Amuse lipstick in the shade Molasses, which is this like dark brown color. Alright you guys, so that is it for this first impressions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video.